We have a tornado warning. Doppler radar indicated, and this is now moving out of far eastern Saline County, Barry, and it's heading towards Maumelle right now in western Pulaski County. Right now, it looks like it's going to stay just to the west of the immediate Little Rock area.
Right.
But we need everybody in Ferndale and Maumelle to get to their safe place.
Yeah, there are a lot of homes from Ferndale westward along Highway 10, and it's out there near the junction of Highway 10 and Highway 9. And moving off to the north. And if we take a look at it on our VRAD radar, you'll be able to see the reds and the greens coming together out there. There's Ferndale, and there is some hail, the hail core with this storm, but there is rotation on the backside of this, and it has a little bit of a notch right there that's really starting to become a little more apparent. Not terribly strong rotation, but folks, let's assume that this has a tornado on the ground. It may or may not, but just don't take any chances with something like this as it moves out of northeastern Saline County into western Pulaski County and moves on up then in that area up toward the Arkansas River and Roland through Natural Steps and Y Mountain, places like that, as it heads up toward Mayflower eventually. Again, this is a tornado warning moving at, what, 45 miles?
It's moving at 40 miles an hour.
40 miles per hour off to the northeast. Doppler indicated, but it is starting to look like, again, where the reds and the greens come together, that is an area. This is Ferndale, and just west of Ferndale on Highway 10, there is possible rotation with that storm.
All right, let me put you track of the towns that are in possible harm's way with this on our 5 live Doppler radars. We're talking about Pinnacle Mountain. It could be near that area around 721. Little Italy, 723. Natural Steps at 724. And the Roland community. Again, all these in western Pulaski County. Can we get our Chenal camera up and going? I just want to get our control guys, if they can go ahead and spin that around. If there's anything, I bet you we could see it on our Chenal camera.
Yeah, it's up in the clouds. You can make Pinnacle Mountain out there.
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's looking to the north.
Right. The sirens are going off right now in North Little Rock, and it's mainly on the west side of North Little Rock towards Maumelle. But here's what we want you to do. Go to the interior of your home, put as many walls between you and the outside, and stay away from windows. This is moving into a highly populated area so that if there is a tornado, we'll know about it. Somebody will report it, see it. So right now, that hasn't happened. But let's just play this safe. We're bringing now Chief Meteorologist Ned Permy.
Areas, again, like Maumelle and the Pinnacle Mountain area, also in the path of this storm. Areas like Chenal Valley, Natural Steps, Lake Maumelle, as Todd just mentioned, Little Italy, also in the path of the storm, as well as Ferndale. It looks, if it continues in this direction, that storm will move just north of the Little Rock metro area and move more into west and northwestern Pulaski County. This warning remains in effect until 7:30, so about 20 more minutes. We've been watching a number of storms over the last hour forming over north central Arkansas. They have not shown a lot of rotation. However, this one did spin up. We are not sure whether it is reaching the ground, but as Barry mentioned just a moment ago, you have to take your tornado precautions very seriously and move to a safe place, especially in the Pinnacle area, Maumelle, Roland, and eventually on up toward Mayflower as you move into southern sections of Faulkner County. So southwestern Faulkner County also under that tornado warning until 7:30.
I'm afraid, is that a debris ball showing up on radar, guys? That that might
there
be.
is something there. It's a possibility.
You don't see
this is starting to rotate a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just north of Ferndale. And if you look at this is on our 5 live Doppler radars. This is what I'm referring to. Here's Ferndale, obviously, and this is heading towards Maumelle. So whenever you see high reflectivity, where it looks like it could be hail or something, where the hook is, what that could be is debris getting pulled up into the storm via tornado. I don't have any confirmation. We're in constant communication with the National Weather Service, and right now they're not getting any reports. And
Todd, what about shear vision? Can we see anything?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Vision?
Let's take a look. This is a product that is yeah, boy, I tell you what, there's significant value showing strong rotation. Let me do that.
Yeah, that's right along Highway 10. It's going to move by the eastern side of Lake Maumelle.
Yeah, it sure is. Just right up towards Pinnacle Mountain. Can we take that Chenal camera just by any chance, if there's anything we can see? And there's Pinnacle. We probably need to take that. It's just too difficult to see anything. It's up in the clouds.
Plus, we're losing sunlight pretty rapidly.
Go the other way, guys. Go the other way if you can. You need to, yeah, thank you guys. There's lightning.
Yeah, a lot of lightning up on the mountain.
Yeah, and might want to pan just a little bit more to the left, right in there. Is that lightning or power flashes? I don't know, but it's probably lightning.
All right, let's go. Yeah, that's it's going to be hard to see from that vantage point. Let's go to our VRAD storm analyst now. And as Todd talked about, this is just the latest scan that has come in, and it does show a little bit of, as he said, this storm might be picking something up just to the north of Highway 10. So Lake Maumelle, west of Pinnacle Mountain, and there are a number of developments out to the west of Ferndale, and now it'll be northwest and north, and heading up across that area around Little Italy, Natural Steps, and on toward Roland. And I'm going to put this into motion for you just briefly and show you the movement, but you can see that, yeah, it is picking up something as far as rotation-wise, bright reds and bright yellows. Now, I'm going to give you perspective a little bit because the more populated areas of Pulaski County are to the east of there. West Little Rock, the main part of Little Rock, will not be affected by this storm. It's western and northwestern Pulaski County.
On our shear vision, just the last volume scan, it weakened just a little bit. It was showing extreme rotation about 5 minutes ago, but the last volume scan, it has weakened. Still strong to moderate rotation, though, is being picked up with that.
Yeah, this is going to go right over the Pinnacle Mountain area, right over towards Maumelle, the Morgan Maumelle area. There's Plantation. There's a plantation, so it's a community, it's a subdivision right along the river there on the north side of the, I can't remember, it's plantation something there. You all need to be in your safe place. You just got a few seconds right
Todd,
now.
Storm spotters and National Weather Service meteorologists were tracking a confirmed tornado with reports of damage.
Okay.
This potentially deadly tornado located 5 miles southwest of Lake Maumelle. That's the one that we're tracking.
Yeah, it's already up by Lake Maumelle, I would think,
Right.
now.
So
There's a tornado emergency that has just been issued by the National Weather Service.
So this is a confirmed tornado that we are tracking right now. And you can see it just to the southwest of North Point. And we can go back to our volumetric radar, our VRAD radar, and Barry has the outline of the warning. You can see it stretches all the way through northwestern Pulaski County, all the way up to Mayflower. So this is tracking in that direction. So Roland and Mayflower, you have time to move to a safe place, but the storm is moving at about 40 miles an hour and will continue to track toward the northeast at about 40.
That's a debris signature. So this storm has touched the ground. It's picked up trees in all likelihood is what we're seeing, it being pulled up into the storm, but that is a debris signature.
Let's see, if we got this on the ground, there's our Chenal high-definition camera. Guys, we need to make sure we're pointed towards Pinnacle Mountain. It's hard for me to see.
They're pointing to the northwest there.
What
so
you want to look for are power flashes, since that there's really poor visibility. But if you see flashes closer to the ground, that's an indication that there could be a tornado there. We have a confirmation of tornado. There is a tornado emergency. This is no longer Doppler radar indicated, and you need to be in your safe place. But we're watching this again. Right now, no power flashes in that area, but it should be right over Pinnacle Mountain right now.
Pinnacle Mountain's is a little bit maybe off to the east, as this, but it's going to be in that vicinity.
Right.
Maybe just northwest of there.
And so we might need to go just to the left of Pinnacle Mountain, if you can, guys, just to the left of it.
Well, as they do that, let's go ahead and go back to a VRAD radar. Here's the latest volumetric radar scan, and it still shows the reds and the brilliant reds and greens pretty close to the radar site there, but it's showing those together on the tiny Pinnacle community. And Roland, you're in the path of this storm. So as this moves, this little hook right here, you see the hook as it hooks around? And obviously it's got some debris within it as well. It's moving right toward Roland. You've got the hail core to the north of it, but always the last thing in this little corner of the storm is where the tornado would be, and it is moving that way, and it is confirmed that it at least has been on the ground, and we're going to assume that it is on the ground now. You're west of that Pinnacle Mountain area, go to a safe spot.
Let's go to our 5 live Doppler radars. We'll give you a vantage point. We do have a definite tornado signature with this, and there is a track of this storm moving toward Natural Steps, Roland, Mount Pilgrim, Monty Springs. And as we look at the locations, we can also look at the attributes, and there is definitely tornado debris. It is well, we have confirmation of a tornado. It gives you the fact that this outline is taking it all the way up into southern and southwestern sections of Faulkner County, as well as east central Perry County. So it's a large storm, and we are looking at the possibility, well, we have already had some storm spotters confirm that there has been reports of damage with this storm. And of course, the tornado warning remains in effect until 7:30, and it covers north central Saline County. Although it's moving out of Saline County right now, it's already moved into west central Pulaski County. It will continue to move into east central Perry and southwestern Faulkner County over the next hour. And we are looking again at our high definition Middleton Heat and Air Skycam right now. And this is in the Pinnacle Mountain area, and that's what we're looking at right now. And we're trying to...
I see lightning, but I don't see any power flashes. Now, we have a tornado emergency, which means that there is a confirmed tornado, and it's moving from Ferndale up into the Maumelle area. But if there was something on the ground, you would think that you'd be able to see some power flashes from this vantage point, guys.
It's very, very well defined right now, Todd, and it is moving toward Mayflower. It looks like it's moving right between, or in an area that'll move right between or very close to Maumelle and Mayflower. So if you are in Maumelle right now, you need to be in a safe place. Immediately get to a safe place. Follow your tornado precautions. Also Mayflower. It's become more and more defined, Barry, with every volume scan on our 5 live Doppler radars. We'll show you how this is really just circulated up right over Lake Maumelle right now, and it continues to move toward the Arkansas River right between Maumelle and Mayflower. So if you're in those vicinities, you need to move to a safe place immediately. That is...
there are several developments out there to the west of Pinnacle Mountain, both on the south and the north side of the east end of Lake Maumelle, as Highway 300 goes around there. And you need to really take cover there. And then right on up the road is Roland community from there. And then they will go straight toward Mayflower. And Mayflower, you've got time, but you've got to get into a safe spot now. We're going to assume that this storm continues to move as it has, and it's moving off to the northeast at a fairly rapid clip, at 40 to 45 miles an hour. But the rotation with it is pretty pronounced, and the very distinctive hook there, plus a lot of debris within that hook, is moving dead toward that area northwest of Pinnacle Mountain and toward Roland.
Putting it in Mayflower at about 7:34, Barry.
Okay, so yeah, that's the track, and that would take it then on up. It would be to the south of Conway, but if it holds to this track that it's on. These storms can, and often do, make one turn during the life of the storm, but it is really wrapped up. Let's go to our VRAD if we can, and you can see how wrapped up this storm is around a circulation center right there. That little comma, that's headed right toward Roland. If you're in the Roland vicinity, please get into the lowest level of your house and the most interior room. You know, sometimes we say, well, there's marginal rotation. This is not marginal rotation. This is confirmed not only as we look at it on the radar, but on the ground too. And that is the area that is moving through northwestern Pulaski County. It's going to emerge over the Arkansas River soon into the area around Mayflower in Faulkner County.
Okay. Can we take the take the VRAD and let's zoom in on that debris ball once again. Do you see the Chenal camera? Can we take that? We got a little better visibility, I just noticed. And we're looking, might want to go a little bit more to the right, guys, as we maybe more towards Pinnacle Mountain. I think that's facing a little bit more due west. Yeah, and we still don't see anything there. Yeah, it's probably
hard to
north.
see. It's obscured by rainfall down to the south of that. Our Brian Imfinger, we're going to be taking a look at what he's doing in a little bit, but he is going up I-40 toward Mayflower. I see his feed right now. We're going to be intercepting this storm as it moves to you in Mayflower coming up. But Roland, it is right on top of you right now. And here's, again, our look at that's Brian Imfinger right there, moving up I-40 as he heads toward Mayflower. Let's go back to VRAD if we can. Actually, let's go to our
Five live Doppler radars. I've got a scope on it showing good rotation, circulation in there right now, and you can see where the reds and the greens are coming together in that tight circulation. And again, it is moving in a direction that could take it right toward Mayflower. I'll get a distance from the center of the circulation to the Mayflower area. We are looking at about only from the center of circulation, only about 6 to 8 miles right now from Mayflower. So people in Mayflower need to move immediately to a safe place. Also in Maumelle, even though it looks like it may lift just north of the Maumelle proper area, you need to be in a safe place as well, because as we've seen many times, this type of situation, the storm can turn to the right just a little bit.
Right.
So that's definitely a possibility. But anyone in Mayflower or also Maumelle need to be in a safe place immediately.
Let's let Todd Jacobian, if we could pull him up in front of the VRAD radar.
There's Roland again in Mayflower. Can you widen that out just a little bit, Barry? This is taking a very similar track up towards the bean fields, and then there's Vilonia. You're not under a tornado warning right now, but this is taking a very similar track to that 2011 tornado, which was just almost 3 years ago exactly. We just had the anniversary last week. Hopefully this will not stay on the ground or veer away, but this, again, is very close to that track where it went over the bean fields just south of Mayflower, there between Maumelle and Mayflower. That's what we're talking about. When you see this high reflectivity on radar, that's the actual tornado on the ground sucking things up off the ground, and it's going over rolling natural steps and then right across the river, and then up there it will eventually go into southern Faulkner County. But I just want to point out that this is taking a track that's very similar to the Vilonia tornado. And while you're not under a tornado warning right now, southern Faulkner County, at least the Vilonia area is not under a tornado warning, I think you need to go ahead and take your safe place. Conway, you need to get in your safe place. Conway right now, you're watching this, most likely will go south of you, but you're not immune. It'll most likely go south of you, and this heavy rain and hail will move in your vicinity. But by far, this is the most dangerous, as this is the inflow going into the storm. There's the debris ball once again, and it's just it's a bad feeling when you see something like that.
And let's Todd, just stay right there a second, and I'm going to have them take shear vision on our 5 live Doppler radars, because we're still seeing strong rotation, picking up 12,
Alarm
which
Creek.
is strong rotation with that storm.
Right, that's Polarum Creek in the Polarum area.
Roland.
And Maumelle, the Morgan Maumelle exit there. This is I-40. That's where the bean fields are located, natural steps. It's probably by now going over the Arkansas River.
Yes.
And Barry, can you check the Twitter feed? I mean, if there's something on the ground, this is a highly populated area. Somebody probably has seen something. But the shear vision rotation values are in the strong category. And that's what we saw between 18 and 20 with these numbers during the Vilonia tornado with this product. But there's Arkansas Highway 300 as it goes out through natural steps. And boy, I tell you what, there's a new update. Now we're showing extreme rotation.
Yeah. We're seeing, we're getting reports from ham operators, a tornado just on the south side of the Arkansas River. That's right now. Tornado emergency is for Maumelle. Looks like Roland and Mayflower are more directly in the path of this, is what we're getting.
365, I'm sorry, there's 365 right there, and it's going to go right over 365 near Plarm and Plarm Creek. Can we widen that out just a little bit more? And show you as this is going to go into northern or southern areas of Faulkner County. Now, where is this going to cross over? There's Interstate 40. There's Mayflower. This is going to cross over Interstate 40 more than likely near or just south of Mayflower. Maumelle and Morgan, right now, unless this takes a hard right turn, I think you may escape it. It is just a few miles to the northwest of town, but this is going to track right over 365, right over I-40, and go into southern Faulkner County, guys. You have something new? Do we have?
If we could take Brian Enfinger's
speed.
He's coming, it looks like he's going up past Morgan, through Morgan, about to go across the big, the flat farm fields there. But obviously he's looking at that storm as he's heading off to the west-northwest there. And he is headed toward Mayflower to intercept this storm as it comes that way. And it is crossing the Arkansas River, I promise you. As we get each new radar scan, this thing has moved probably a mile or two in advance. And
I'm sure that the warning is set to expire in a few minutes, but I'm sure it will be extended.
Absolutely, it will be extended into Faulkner County. So everybody from Conway southward along I-40, and then Vilonia and all the areas from Mayflower to Vilonia there. Let's go back to our VRAD analyst. We're going to continue to watch Brian. Watch for that and see if you can see any lowering of the cloud base or anything. But the VRAD is showing very strong right on the Arkansas River. And Mayflower, you've got to be in a spot in your house where you can withstand strong winds. You've got to be on the lowest floor, the most interior part of your house.
We have a new tornado warning, Barry. It's just been issued for central White County. Central White County.
Yeah, there's another one, yes.
Searcy.
Right here. It's this storm. We don't have the red box, but this is an area that is seeing some rotation, and it's right on top of Searcy right now. These storms are really starting to rotate as we feared they might.
Okay, let's go to Brian Infinger's live feed right now.
Yeah, okay, there's Brian right there, and
he should be right on. Is he on I-40?
Yeah, he's on I-40.
We've got damage confirmed now on Brush Mountain Road in Pulaski County. Damage is confirmed. They got reports of power flashes near Maumelle and near the Mayflower area. That is confirmed.
We have another tornado warning that's just been issued for eastern sections of Van Buren and western sections and northwestern sections of Cleburne County into southern Stone County.
Yeah, let's take a look at it on ES or our 5 Live Doppler radars. There are now several of these storms that are tornado warned in the red boxes there. And Ned, if you can zoom in on that new one for us.
The one that we've been tracking through Pulaski County has been extended all the way through Faulkner County and southwestern White County. We also have this one in Searcy, very close to Searcy. It looks like it's moving to the northeast, and it is showing, again, rotation. I'll get a track on this storm.
It's right on top of Searcy.
Yeah.
Right now, folks, right now.
And it is moving again, this one also is moving at about 40 miles an hour. So with that, at about 40 miles an hour, we'll be taking it through Searcy, where it is right now. It started its rotation there into Beebe, Rock, Kensett, and Judsonia by about 7:40. So people in Judsonia need to move immediately to a safe place. With this storm, it continues to track on toward the northeast at about 40 miles per hour.
Oh, you see.
And then we will also move a little farther to the west because, as I mentioned a moment ago, we have a brand new tornado warning that has just been issued, and this is the one that is in southeastern sections of Van Buren County, tracking into northwestern sections of Cleburne County.
Right.
We'll be moving pretty close to Morgantown, also near Heber Springs, and also Woodrow. We'll get a track on this storm as it also is moving at about, this one's moving at about 50 miles per hour. So tracking the center of this storm near Morgantown at about 50 miles an hour. That's going to be taking it through Morgantown, Fairbanks, Palisades, and Ingletine by about 7:42. Right. These are fast-moving storm systems.
Let's go to Brian Infinger's feed if we can, folks. And this is coming up. This is the storm right here. You can see the lowering of the cloud base right there. She pointed out, Todd.
That's the wall cloud right there. This is live video from our storm chaser, Brian Infinger. And this is I-40. There's the lowering right there, and I do not see anything coming out of that lowering right now. It's tough to tell because there's trees here, so there still could be something on the ground.
Let me tell you, if we can go to VRAD, though,
that could be the tornado.
There's a debris signature right there over Mayflower.
Right in there, that could be the tornado right there.
It could be a large one.
It could be a very large tornado.
I'm getting extreme rotation on that storm on our 5 Live Doppler radars near Mayflower right now.
Mayflower, you've got to be in a low spot. You really have to be. And anywhere around there along I-40, along the south side of Lake Conway, as it moves off to the northeast of town there, it is passing by you right now. And Brian Infinger has that live video of it that's moving through, real lowering of the cloud base. But let's go back to our VRAD display, right here. And there it is as it moves right across I-40. I-40 runs right through the F in Mayflower, and this storm is moving northeastward across I-40. Now, we're not going to forget that storm, but there's also a little notch developing just to the south of Conway. Folks, also very near Searcy right now, there is an inflow notch associated with that storm, so that means there is rotation. And it looks like now it's just to the northeast, up along 67, very near Judsonia and then headed up in the direction maybe just to the west of Bald Knob. That whole area, northern White County, under a tornado warning. And I'll put the rain back on there. And then this storm that is in the B Branch and Morganton area, that's headed toward Fairfield Bay, Greers Ferry Lake, and the area just to the northwest of Heber Springs, that west end of Greers Ferry Lake.
Let's go to our 5 live Dopplers, and we're going to give everybody just an overview very quickly of these 3 storms that are producing rotation and 1 confirmed tornado. The one that has the confirmed tornado is the one that's now moving into southern sections of Faulkner County. So north central Pulaski County still under a tornado warning now until 8 o'clock. Extreme northwestern Lonoke County until 8 o'clock. And southern Faulkner County until 8 o'clock. That's that one storm, a confirmed tornado, and that's the one we started tracking. The other storm is in central White County. Areas like Searcy, Judsonia, West Point, Providence, Kensett, and we track toward Bald Knob, also in that tornado warning area. That storm is moving at about 30 miles an hour. And the other storm is the one that is in Van Buren County, moving toward Cleburne County and central Stone County, and that's in effect until 8 o'clock. So areas like Greers Ferry, Lake, Fairfield Bay, even the Sugarloaf Recreation Area and Greers Ferry, Fairfield Bay Marina, all those areas up there, those recreation areas, are in the path of that storm as it continues to move toward the northeast. That one is moving at about 50 miles an hour. So these are the 3 storms that we are tracking right now. I just wanted to give you an overview and to show you clearly where they are. Again, the one that Brian Emfinger is tracking is in northern Pulaski County, moving into south and southwestern sections of Faulkner County right now. We can take his camera again. And Todd, are you there with that?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. I'm trying to get in touch with Brian, and hopefully he's calling in here soon. But let me know when he calls in. But now that is the lowering there, obviously, and we have confirmation that there was at least a tornado on the ground, and there still should be, according to the Doppler radar. I would be very surprised. It's somewhere back in there. It's somewhere to be found in that lowering. Let me just show you one more time here. If you look right in here, back in here, that's where we're talking about, where there's a wall cloud wall cloud. That's what the tornado will drop out of, and it's somewhere down in here. But it's very tough to see with the trees. But again, with the Doppler radar, we see the visibility is very low. But with our 5 live Doppler radars, we see what's called the debris ball, as we've been telling you. And I'll check some of these other. There's still extreme rotation. And then it's going just north of the bean fields there along Highway 365. It looks like it has just crossed I-40.
Here's a more updated on VRAD. Here's actually a more updated radar scan.
On
and
VRAD?
It has moved well northeast of Mayflower.
Vilonia is in the path of this.
It's headed exactly in your direction. And everybody that's on the south side of Lake Conway, housing development there, that was affected by the oil spill, from there northeastward up to the area east of Conway. Conway, this storm is going southeast of you, it certainly appears, but it is not getting any weaker. And as we zoom in on this, there's still debris within that area. This storm has picked up stuff from the ground. We don't know what. Trees, the most likely thing, but it's pulling it up into the storm, and that's why we can see such a pronounced radar return on there. And it's very close to the radar site, reds and blues or greens coming together there in a very small area. But that notch is dry air being pulled in, and then the rain and the debris being pulled around to the south side of this. So southwestern Faulkner County and the area all the way from, if you just take a line from Mayflower to Vilonia, you've got to be in a safe spot, because this has a history of producing a tornado. We know it without a shadow of a doubt now, folks. And up into the northern part of White County, we're also seeing that storm doesn't look quite as pronounced as it was, but if you're to the area to the just to the straight.
Okay. Ned, if we can go back to Ned and our volumetric radar.
Here's the VRAD right here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to zoom in. This area, it hasn't really weakened much. Here
No,
it is,
it's
Ned.
still showing an incredible surface rotation right in that area there, Barry. You're right, it has not weakened at all. As a matter of fact, it continues to seem like it's pulsing up each and every volume scan that we go through. And you can see where the reds and the greens coming together right in that area there, now to the northeast of the Mayflower area, moving toward Vilonia. So people, again, I can't urge you enough in Vilonia to move immediately to a safe place. This is a confirmed tornado with confirmed damage, and it is moving in a direction that's going to push it right toward Mayflower within the next 10 to 15 minutes. You need to move to a safe place immediately. And there is the watch that's in, or the warning that's in effect now until 8 o'clock, covers all of south central Faulkner County.
Don't have Brian on the phone, but let's go straight to the Brian Infinger feed. It's coming up in just a second, but we can see that trees have been stripped of their leaves. We have confirmed damage, and he's in the damaged path.
Brian is right in this area, and he's been tracking the storm out of the
This is on I-40.
Pulaski County area.
You can
Yeah, it looks
see,
like I-40 is shut down.
we get reports of trees cut. You see how the road is blocked with cars. There's trees where you have confirmed trees that have blocked I-40. Look off to the right. You see all the damage. You see the leaves have been stripped of their foliage, and there's quite a bit of damage. This is near Mayflower
This looks like it could very well be a large tornado.
Yes, absolutely, and it's still on the ground. And looking at the radar, you see those pictures, and again that has already happened. But on the radar, it is still heading right for Vilonia, and it's confirmed on the ground. There's a tornado emergency right now, and that's only issued when we have 100% confidence that there is a tornado on the ground. And Barry, it is just well, we keep losing Brian's feed, as you could understand why, because there's the cell coverage out there with everything that's going on.
You know, Todd, with a situation like that, especially as it crossed the interstate, obviously it crossed Interstate 40, there could be very well some traffic accidents because of this tornado. So that's another thing to consider as it crossed that area. Could be one reason why the traffic is stopped as well. There could be numerous traffic accidents as that tornado crossed across Interstate 40. But you can see right here near Salado, we've got that circulation still very well defined, and again, moving in a direction that's going to take it toward Vilonia. If we could get a track on that, possibly, Todd, on our 5 live Doppler radars and kind of give you a time frame, you've got very little time in Vilonia to move. It's moving at about 40, 45.
No, very quickly. Yeah, it's going to be on top. I think it's moving faster even, Ned, now.
Yeah, it's 7:54 at Vilonia, so the time right now, you've only got about 10 minutes or less, really, because as Barry mentioned, it is moving faster, so it's probably 40 to 50 mile an hour forward speed at this time. So people in Otto and Vilonia need to get into a safe place immediately. Yeah, Todd.
Let's go straight to Brian Infinger. We're getting ready to pull up. It's not on the Big 80 yet, but let's go straight to the phone because he's on the damage now. Brian Infinger. Brian, are you there? If you look at, can you look at his feed right now? Do you see this damage? There's.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I got you right now, Brian. We had a tough time getting hold of you, but we've got your live feed right now. What do you see, and where are you?
I'm just south of Mayflower.
That looks like traffic.
There is major tornado damage. Looks like a vehicle got swept off the interstate. I'm not really sure about what was here at this area, but there's vehicle.
Well, we've lost the feed there, too. I'm sure there's problems with people calling on cell phones. But Brian, there are vehicles that are off the interstate, correct?
There is so much debris, it's hard to even tell what was what. It looks like there was some maybe camper trailers or something. I don't know if there was a sort of RV lot. There's RVs that are on their side. There's people that are tossed all over the place. Clearly, there was that as far as the damage fact, it can be, I would say 300 yards minimum. And houses damaged on even the outside. This was a strong tornado.
Do you see anybody injured?
People are actually running around checking houses. We probably would do more, but there's a gas leak right now. You can smell it on the air. Traffic has stopped. People are running around checking some of the houses, some of the RVs. Total devastation here, just south of Mayflower.
Just south of Mayflower on I-40. Obviously, are both directions closed down?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see any motion on the southbound or the westbound. Either it's all stopped. Yes, sir.
Okay. Just want to tell you, we now have that tornado that you have been tracking that you're showing us the damage. And on our, Ned, you might want to point this out here on our volumetric radar. There's a debris ball, and it's just southwest of Vilonia, and I'm getting very, very concerned. If you know anybody in Vilonia, text them, call them, do whatever you can to get the word to them that they need to be in their safe place immediately. A confirmed tornado debris ball is on the radar right now. Let's take the volumetric radar.
Yeah, I want to show you just how close it is, and you can even put Ned in front of this. Ned, I think it looks as strong as it has maybe for a long time. And it
has not weakened at all, Barry. As a matter of fact, for persons in Vilonia, less than 10 minutes, you've got to move to a safe place. As Todd mentioned, if you know anybody in Vilonia, get on the phone, text them, send them any kind of message you have, because not only is this a confirmed tornado, but now a confirmed tornado with some extensive damage. And we can still see very well defined on our volumetric radar this echo right here, the reds and the greens coming together, a definite tornado signature. As we took a look on our 5 live Doppler radars, we're also looking at extreme rotation out of that storm. That's the storm there, the center of circulation right there near Saltillo, and it's moving toward Vilonia, directly in the path of Vilonia. So move to a safe place. Todd, if I could, I want to just briefly also take a look at these other tracks on these other 2 tornadoes that are in the state.
Just one other one.
Oh, there's only one now. The other one has been discontinued. And this one near Greer's Ferry looks quite weak right now. It looks like it has weakened some, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
South of Fairfield Bay, but don't set your guard down on that. This one up here in sections of Cleburne County and Van Buren County, we're not seeing a lot of distinct rotation with that storm right now, but a tornado warning is in effect nonetheless. But right now, the confirmation is with this storm right here moving directly toward Vilonia. Persons in Vilonia need to be in a safe place immediately. And on into White County, this storm will track quickly through Faulkner County, and the tornado warning is also in effect for southeastern sections of White County. So if you're in Romance, areas into southwestern White County, possibly near Quitman. Also, you need to move to a safe place very quickly as that storm is going to be moving toward Vilonia, and possibly the winds and the hail associated with it could be affecting areas like Enola as well. So Vilonia, you're directly in the path of an active, on-the-ground, confirmed damage-producing tornado. Move to a safe place immediately. Barry?
I'm just about to get a picture here of the damage that we just got in, and I will have it in just a second.
In the meantime, let's take a look, but yeah, we'll get back to that. This is I-40. I've been watching this live feed from I-40. Folks, there are a number of vehicles off to the side of the road. It's not just 1 or 2, it's multiple, it looks like to me, just on the east side of I-40 with this storm that has come through. So this is obviously a traffic nightmare, but we're also getting reports from Mayflower proper that there is a lot of damage in Mayflower because of this storm. So we're going to keep an eye on this. This will become the major development. And we're also now watching the next storm. If we can take a look at our VRAD radar, you'll see the storm is right on Vilonia. It's coming right at you again. I know that's the last thing folks in Vilonia ever want to hear, or anybody does, but this is headed exactly in an area very similar to the last one that went through there, and it's anywhere in that vicinity. You've got to get into the lowest floor of your house, the most interior part of your house, and if you have a storm shelter, get below ground if you can.
And El Paso, too. We're going in, this is going to track into White County. We want far western White County. I imagine more locations near and north of Searcy will get put under a new tornado warning as this continues on the ground. If I could show you a picture on our weather graphics computer, this is near the Mayflower area, and you can see a strong, violent tornado has struck that area. This is just off of social media. We have crews en route. We already have. We showed you first pictures from our storm chaser, Brian Enfinger. You see the damage. You know what it's doing. Vilonia, it's on top of you. Everybody's thinking of you right now, hoping that everybody gets through this safely. The second time, 3 years almost to the date that you were struck by an EF3 tornado. I believe it's EF2, actually. But now El Paso, we want to warn everybody between Vilonia and El Paso and White.
Continue to move along, folks. The environment apparently very ripe for not weakening at all. Eventually it will, but we don't know when. This is going to be, we said earlier, there could be long-tracked tornadoes. They just didn't form. They didn't form, and then they did. But these are long-tracked tornadoes. It began in western Pulaski County, maybe far northeastern Saline County, and now it's tracked across the western part of Pulaski County into southeastern Faulkner County. It's on Vilonia, and it will now move through the rest of Faulkner County and up into western White County, too. We're getting more pictures in of some damage from the Mayflower area, and it's devastating. This is a large tornado, folks.
We were told that on Highway 365, a person is trapped in a house in a closet. So please stay away from the area. That's another thing. A lot of people want to go see this damage. Stay away, please, because rescue workers are probably going to try to go. They're going to go door to door and check and save people. We already got reports of people being trapped in houses, and that's on Highway 365. That's just in from the from the Channel 7 newsroom. Again, Vilonia, it has passed you. It is right on top of you, moving just to the east of Vilonia now. And El Paso, I fully anticipate Searcy, El Paso, Floyd, Mount Vernon, up towards Center Hill in White County. I fully anticipate those areas to be placed under a new tornado warning within moments. Look here, we have received a report that the Game and Fish headquarters, they're flying by here, may have sustained some damage. So, again, a lot of damage in the Mayflower, east of Mayflower.
The storm that's up in the Heber Springs area moving across into Cleburne County looks like it's weakened quite a bit. I'm not seeing any rotation. There's still a warning there. Don't let your guard down, but it looks like it has weakened quite a bit.
Yeah, it has.
You got to look at the VRAD radar.
Yeah, it's words just don't describe it. It's still on the ground, and it's El Paso. If you know anybody there in White County, please tell them to get down and get safe. Abandon mobile homes. Get to a sturdy shelter.
Still seeing extreme.
There's a lot of debris with that storm, folks. It's moved past Vilonia now, and it's going to be moving into western White County, and this will be extended on into White County. Don't get me wrong.
Floyd and Center Hill.
This is not dying, and this storm is all out by itself. It has no competition, and so it is going to be moving off to the northeast at a rapid pace. It's still very near the radar site, and you can see the tightly wound. Even within just the reds and greens together, you can see little red and green areas within that, and that's intense circulation.
That could be what are multiple vortex. It could be a multiple vortex tornado.
Yeah.
Which is that. Never mind what I just said. It's a tornado, and it's heading towards El Paso, and it's in Floyd. Any community in and around that location, you need to get to your safe place right now. Enola, Holland, you're in the clear. This is going to go south of you, but you've got heavy rain. You got lots of wind. You probably have some hail. But this is, boy, look at this. Barry is taking a cross-section of this. He just hit that button right there and swing it around, and you can see the debris extends way up in the air.
It's being pulled
20,000 feet in the air.
25,000 feet in the air, and the storm itself is throwing rain and hail up to well above 40,000 feet as it moves through. So it's a monster of a storm, and every progressive scan, we think, well, maybe this will be the one that doesn't look as pronounced as last time, and yet it does.
Because of
that way.
Because of the speed of this storm, we want to show you also that we're still seeing extreme rotation with that storm north of Vilonia. Let's go back to the 5 live Dopplers and get a track on it as it moves. Todd, let's get a track on this back to the regular radar display.
Hold on one second, sorry.
And we're going to track this. It's moving very fast. Probably has picked up speed to 45 to 50 miles per hour.
We'll go
so
back to level
as
2.
we go back to our reflectivity,